staying up all night reading beast novels, and dying from sudden death, unexpectedly transmigrated to a beast planet, where women rule and men submit. Crane military commander, Golden Lion general, Proud emperor, Snow Wolf crown prince, Black Panther knight. Just as I opened my eyes, 100,000 male beasts sent me mating requests, freshly transmigrated. I was instantly stunned. Turns out, this is a beast planet, where females are severely scarce. The gender ratio is terrifyingly skewed at 1:80 billion. Here, women are allowed to have multiple beast husbands. Male beasts naturally possess both human and beast forms, though their beast form grants them formidable combat power. After transforming, they must rely on a female's psychic energy to calm them, otherwise, they'll lose control, turn into frenzied beasts, and die prematurely. Thus, beast husbands pledge lifelong loyalty and protect their wives with their lives, all because I pulled an all-nighter, reading a dramatic interstellar beast novel. I was forcibly transmigrated to this planet. When I woke up, I found myself in a forest teeming with wild beasts. 5 giant weasels bared their sharp fangs, their eyes fixed on me like I was a delicious meal. Watching them approach aggressively, jaws gaping, a sudden cry echoed from the sky. A snow-white red-crowned crane descended gracefully, instantly scattering the weasels in panic. Walking toward me was this world's interstellar commander, Song Hacking. I tentatively waved and greeted, "Hello, sir." To my surprise, he mimicked my gesture, using his newly learned awkward Mandarin to say, "Hello, sir." Then, he gracefully half-knelt and said, "Milady, this place isn't safe. My feathers are very smooth. You may ride on my back. I'll take you back for a health check. I hope you won't mind." With no other transportation options in sight, I had no choice but to lean onto his sturdy back, my arms naturally wrapping around his neck, though I often engage in high-altitude activities, looking down from thousands of meters up. Even without a fear of heights, I couldn't help but feel nervous, so I nervously grabbed his ears. Song Hacking, faced with this intimate gesture, couldn't help but blush. To ease the awkwardness during the flight, I taught him some Mandarin. Only then did the tension slightly dissipate. After we landed safely, he didn't take me to the central public hospital, but instead brought me directly to the military medical base, because considering I was the only female on this planet, he feared that once the news got out, it would cause a massive uproar. There was no guarantee that alien spies or terrorists wouldn't seize the opportunity to cause chaos. From this perspective, the military base was clearly the safer option. Hacking gently knelt to let me down, then stood and bowed, gesturing for me to follow. "Beautiful female, please come with me." I was instantly startled. "You learned to speak my language so quickly." I couldn't help but exclaim internally, "Is this what a genius looks like?" I struggled with English pronunciation for years and never got this natural, yet this birdman mastered it in less than an hour. He frowned in deep thought for a moment, then replied in the Mandarin I taught him, "Lemon have but flower. Stupid bird fly first." I burst out laughing at his deadpan delivery. There's an old saying, the slow need to start early, but you're anything but slow. Picking it up this fast, you're practically a born prodigy. Then what's that? Seeing his confused expression, I didn't press further. No need to make things harder. Teaching this handsome guy new things felt pretty great, though. In the blink of an eye, we arrived at the military base, as the commander, Song Hacking, immediately ordered the primeval forest sealed off. The news of discovering a rare female like me was personally reported to the emperor via a confidential letter. He swiftly summoned an experienced military doctor to examine me. Following the instructions, I entered the scanning machine. The old doctor, after checking, found only minor scrapes. With a weathered but kindly face, he smiled and said, "Through karyotype analysis and comparison, the one commander brought back is indeed a female. Moreover, she possesses psychic energy comparable to the beast gods. The good news is, this lovely little female is unharmed. Just some minor scrapes. Apply ointment and rest for 2 hours, and she'll be fine." Song Hacking's cold eyes lifted, displeasure evident. "What do you mean, good news? She's injured and mentally exhausted. Her wounds may be small, but they're still bleeding, with potential for infection. Her constitution is also vastly different from ours." "Dr. Yowage, I don't want to see your professionalism fade with age." This made the gray-haired Dr. Yowage inwardly groan, so he gave me another full-body checkup. Only after the examination did Song Hacking relax. He ordered the medical staff to bring me appetizing snacks and energy drinks. I picked up a juice and lounged on the sofa, sipping slowly. According to them, this was specially formulated by a nutritionist based on my body and tastes, and it was Song Hacking's personal nutritionist. I hadn't expected this man to be so thoughtful. Later, in a massive conference room, high-ranking officers and experienced doctors and nurses sat on either side of a long table. At the head was a burly man named General Knight. A scar adorned his left eye, adding a fierce edge to his handsome features. Song Hacking, seated further down, interlaced his fingers, resting them on the table, his expression fearless. His lips, almost too pretty, lambasted the entire medical team. Had I not seen it myself, I'd never have imagined the gentle, boy next door Song Hacking I'd met could be so meticulous and commanding at work. Watching his icy demeanor, I couldn't help but doubt my fragile college student physique had I contracted some terminal illness. Before I could dwell on it, Song Hacking adjusted his attire slightly, approached me, and bowed. "Dear Lady Nongxi, you may call on me for anything you need. Would you like to rest in your room now?" I was indeed tired, so I nodded. "Thank you, I'll just take a short nap." As soon as I spoke, General Knight stepped forward and said to him, "Song Hacking, convey this for me. Lady Nongxi, this is our base leader, General Knight. He wishes to offer his room for your stay, if you grace us with your presence." Truth be told, Song Hacking's own room had already been thoroughly cleaned, all daily necessities replaced, but his quarters couldn't compare to the leaders in space and comfort. Poisoned by Beast novels, my mind naturally went to the gutter. I thought the general was inviting me to move in with him. Wait, this isn't how the beast novel setup was supposed to go. Where are my multiple wealthy, devoted beast husbands? I scrutinized General Knight. Undeniably, the man's bronze skin, amber deep eyes, powerful muscles, exuded mature masculine allure, but compared to him, I preferred Song Hacking's type, aloof and restrained in public, dorky and tender in private. Song Hacking, seeing me silent and wide-eyed, mistook my dissatisfaction for the modest accommodations. He immediately apologized. "Forgive us, Lady Nongxi. To ensure your safety, you may need to stay at the base for a while." On the way to inspect the room with Song Hacking and General Knight, I curiously asked about my health. "Sheen, may I call you that? Earlier, you looked upset. Am I sick?" Figuring interstellar tech was advanced enough, if there was an illness, it could be treated. If not, I could still boost my health. The moment I uttered Ching, a visible blush spread across Song Hacking's skin. His brain even even short-circuited briefly. Song Hacking stammered, "Oh, of course. It's my honor, Nongxi. You're healthy. You just need more exercise." I sighed at Song Hacking's formality, so I explained, "Where I'm from, a small number of high-ranking people are called milady. You is an honorific for elders or esteemed figures." Song Hacking's lips curled into a pleased smile. "Understood. Then may I call you Non. Of course, King. Beside us, General Knight watched our intimate exchange. As the Empire's famed god of war, he experienced for the first time the heartache of being a background character. Since General Knight's room was still being prepared, Song Hacking suggested I rest in his quarters first. Just as we reached the door, a golden-furred beast cub darted out from a pile of. The little one stood on its hind legs, front paws on the ground, tilting its head to blink crystalline eyes at me. Turns out, it was a lion cub, though young. I didn't act recklessly, because even a cub was still the king of the savannah. The cub seemed to sense my hesitation. It tentatively placed a paw on my ankle. I couldn't resist crouching to pick it up, but Song Hacking frowned slightly, chiding softly, "Nxo, behave." Through introductions, I learned, this golden lion cub was actually General Knight's child. My pupils shook in disbelief. Your general has a wife. If he's married, was he offering me his room? In a female-dominated beast world, this deserves punishment, right? Song Hacking answered earnestly, "No. All 80 billion males on Zangstar are single." My curiosity spiked. "So how many females are here?" He extended a slender finger. "Only you." "This is beyond ridiculous. A literal 1/80 billion ratio. How am I supposed to handle this? No wonder they're keeping me at the military base. Are they planning to clone me endlessly for some biotech research?" The thought made me break out in a cold sweat. Song Hacking noticed. The corners of his lips lifted gently. "Don't be afraid. Zangstar has been an all-male society since ancient times. As you can see, we've established a stable, upright society. We can reproduce through genetic technology, and have developed potent suppressants for beast. Strictly speaking, we don't need females." Hacking met my gaze, speaking solemnly. "Nongxi, with psychic energy this powerful, you must be a gift from the beast god to Zangstar. If you stay, we'll do everything to give you the best life." As a product of 9-year compulsory education, I blurted out, "I want to go home. If males here can survive solely on suppressants, then my status as a female isn't exactly secure, is it?" A terrifying thought even crossed my mind. Why are there no females on Zangstar? One could easily imagine. The successful development of suppressants instantly overturned long-standing oppression. The massive male beast population rebelled, slaughtering females, leading to their extinction over eons of evolution. They realized females' necessity and benefits, naturally sparking a new cycle of pursuit and slaughter. Song Hacking's expression turned solemn, his long lashes lowering, his tone tinged with sorrow. "All right, I'll find a way to send you home." Seeing the little crane's vulnerable look, my heart softened. King, you don't want me to leave." Not wanting to pressure me, Song Hacking forced a smile. "No, I hope Non reunites with her family soon. Your happiness is mine." I shook my head. "I have no family. I grew up in an orphanage. Truthfully, I'm not that eager to return. I can stay here a while, but everything's so unfamiliar. Besides you, I barely have anyone to talk to." I meant every word. Song Hacking hadn't expected that someone as delicate as me had been abandoned by my parents as a child. Overcome with emotion, he took my cold hands. "Forgive my oversight. I'll keep you company often, and help you adjust to life here. Before we find a way home, everything will be resolved soon. I promise." I wasn't entirely sure what he meant by resolved, but enveloped by his warm, slender hands, their texture smoother than the finest feathers, I felt my face heat up. Hastily changing the subject, "I'm tired. I'd like to rest now." "Of course, Non. Follow me." Song Hacking led me to the adjacent room. Passing General Knight's quarters, the tiny Nxo cub on his shoulder seized the moment, leaping into my arms. Though a lion cub, Nxo was only the size of a kitten. His pounce felt like being ambushed by a fluffy ball. I wasn't startled, instinctively catching him to prevent a fall. Nxo adjusted himself comfortably in my arms, stretching his short legs. His golden mane and pink-white skin made him look like a delicate doll. Only then did I understand his name, Nxo, snow-enduring, compared to his father, General Knight. The cub was as white as a snowball. The little lion's voice was adorably squeaky. The language barrier didn't stop my heart from melting. I'd been alone all my life, never dreamed I'd hold such an adorable child. Nxo seemed about 3 or 4, easy to carry in my arms. His tiny hands gripped my collar, climbing up, soon wrapping around my neck. His soft, chubby cheeks nuzzled against mine repeatedly. General Knight's face burned. He'd never known his son could be so clingy, such a little show-off. Nxo had been taught by Song Hacking. Taking after his teacher's maturity, initially tense, holding the sweet, soft cub quickly relaxed me. I adjusted Nxo, letting him sit on my arm, feeling my affection. His golden eyes brightened, hugging me tighter. His long lashes fluttered, rosy lips puckered, planting a kiss on my cheek. At this proximity, I could even see the fine down on his face, his skin whiter and smoother than a peeled egg, like a holy, beautiful little angel. Nxo pulled back shyly, his already pink cheeks turning grayish, burying his face in my neck. He knew today's antics would earn him ridicule from the adults, a pure-blooded lion prince, acting like a clingy, spoiled kitten. But he'd never seen a beast like me. My scent was soothing, and unlike the hard, rough males he knew, I was fragrant and soft. Even perched on his father's shoulder, wasn't as comfortable as being in my arms. Nxo just wanted to stay with me. This new kind of beast, an instinctive urge to nuzzle surged in him, so he impulsively kissed my cheek again.